Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to, let's start off with, let's just be accurate. Welcome back to many things. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to Mavericks. Welcome back to Wheelin' Wednesday. Welcome back to Crawlympics 2024. Welcome back to, or welcome to, I guess it's the day of the sun god. It's Ra Day, and no W on that, just R-A. It is Amon-Ra. It is Ra Day, as we choose the running order in the simplest way that we know how. That being alphabetical order. We choose our standing position, where we, of course, get the least amount of ants on our feet. It's barefoot, and we try to stay barefoot for Wheelin' Wednesdays because it makes us more conscious of where we put our bare feet. So there they are, the group of Ra, the unfortunate sun worshippers. We've got, you can see up here, we're going to be full blast in the sun. I'm going to have to try to get the umbrella over camera 2 so it doesn't overheat this week. As the temperature, it's not too bad. It's about 75 degrees. It's 6:40 in the morning. It's a warmin'. Rainbird, Randall, Ratchet, and Rattler. Rah, 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 rah. We have similarities and differences that abound today here in Group 7 at Stage 1 at Mavericks. We're past halfway. There's only 11. There's only 11 groups, with the potential asterisk added to that of like the visitor groups. We have 12, 13 vehicles here that are visitors to the canyon, and we can put some of them out here should time permit. What does time permit for today? It permits for the 5-minute round running of the 4 Ra gentlemen before you. We'll begin, as we always do, from left to right with Rainbird. Rainbird is an SCX-10 Pro, but he's not. He began as an SCX-10 Pro kit, and one could make an argument either way. This is almost a 50-50 situation of he's a 10 Pro, but he's not. He is no longer equipped with a 10 Pro gearbox, but the rest, he's no longer fitted with 10 Pro shocks. But most of the rest of him is 10 Pro. He keeps the motor in the factory position. He's running the factory top shaft. He's running a factory skid plate, axles. He's more 10 Pro than he isn't. But the biggest thing in the transformation of his capabilities was the removal of the half-pound of selectable overdrive gearbox and the replacement of said with a knockoff Amazon Creeper T gearbox. That and a bunch of full-fledged weight weaning has dropped his weight to 4.85 pounds. And we think we can get him a little lighter. He's outfitted with Injora S4 comp pin tires. His servo is an Flash Hobby 50 kg direct power. His powertrain is an AG Innovations Ninja powering a Rhino S12 1470 kV. In terms of the lineup, he is not suited for this sort of behavior, but here we are. He is also the first, I think, vehicle that when we started this 7 weeks ago, he was not yet a twinkle in the eye, and yet now here he is. Immediately beside him, dubbed Randall, because he is an Atlas, Randall the Atlas. You get the thing there. He is a scrawler, a scale crawler. He can do the crawling thing, but he's definitely more scale in appearance. RC 4-wheel drive, I believe they're IROC Super Swampers. Amazon Blue case in there for a servo. The thing that apparently a select group of people hate, the Hobbywing Fusion. This is a legacy 1800 kV Fusion, the big one. The big, like 63 millimeter long Fusion. And then just the necessary bits, panhard relocated to make it work right. Shock towers in front and rear so that we can run Incision S8E shocks on there instead of the pretty crappy shocks that come on an Atlas that are bolted directly to the frame rails. So he can actually kind of do the thing. Is he suited to this? Absolutely not. But No one in today's lineup really is. That also includes the vehicle immediately to his left, our right, Ratchet. Ratchet and the gentleman next to him are both pretty much built. They are not bought. They are not kits. Neither of them have basically any kit lineage or RTR lineage left in them at all. Ratchet specifically was built frame up from scratch in the Canyon style. Mias nylon axles, and out on the ends of those Mias nylon axles, the tire of tires, the Panther Cougar, a throwback to times gone by, not a rock racing tire, a rock crawling tire. Everything about Ratchet is built for rock crawling, and that is not what he gets to do today. Flash Hobby 60 kg servo up front. There it is again, Fusion SE 1800 midships bolted to a completely hand-hewn gearbox, providing 25% underdrive to the rear axle. The gearbox itself built out of parts from a Stealth X, a VFD, and a little bit of parts sprinkled in there from a Traxxas TRX4 gearbox. Did I miss anything on Ratchet? I don't know. He's a great rock crawler. We'll see how he is at this. And while we're at it, we will see how Rattler, formerly Rattlecat, who did indeed begin his life as a Red Cat Ascent, and now has a solitary piece. You can see it right there on the grill when it spins around. He has the little tilty body clip mechanism that comes on a Red Cat Ascent, and that is all that is left. He is the embodiment of the, I wouldn't even call it a theory, I would just call it a proof, that if you take a Red Cat vehicle and you remove as much Red Cat as possible, the more Red Cat you remove, the better the vehicle gets. So he began, as I said, as a Red Cat Ascent with the forward motor mount and the center mounted transfer case, and has none of that left. First he lost this, then he lost that, then he lost this, then he lost that. He is now a Canyon creation sitting on F10 straight axles. He's got an Amazon dig box of midships, forward motor mount, Rhino V40 speed control, NSDRC RS700, the old one, not the V2, doing servo duties. And he is likewise fitted with a little short 3532. It's either a Glowback or a Surpass. Again, in that, whatever they are. It's either a 1400, it's a 1450, it's a 1470. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. Running down the line, they go 3S, 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 because we have 2 Fusions and 2 Outrunners. So we're sort of limited to 3S. Also, because we have only one rig sitting atop portal axles, that would be Ratchet, but he's Fusion, so he's 3S. So we're a bunch of 3S boys. We have 2 servo on axle and 2 chassis mounted steering. We've got just as per usual, a motley crew, and that's the way we like it. We like the changes across the board. If I were to be forced into the position of picking whom I think is best suited to this, I have absolutely no idea. It goes rock crawler, scrawler, rock crawler, rock crawler. None of them have wheel speed in abundance. None of them have ground clearance in abundance. I would say Ratchet maybe has the slightest advantage, being on Mias portals. But he also has a gearbox that is built more for a very specific task than it is for doing this. So we're going to see how it shakes out. The course is as dry as a pile of desert bones. We need to try to get out here and get our runs done before the heat comes out and bakes it even further. We will proceed left to right. Rainbird, Randall, Ratchet, and Rattler. Week 7. Let's line them up. What we hope for, above all other things, is that we can finish this before I lose my absolute mind, because it doesn't get cold here. Not this time of year, not in July. Overnight low 75, not uncommon. So when you wake up in the morning, it's 75 degrees, 80% humidity, and the sky is not a sky. It is merely air molecules that exist between insects. So I have to keep moving constantly. to keep the gnats out of my eyes, nose, and mouth. I don't know when this happened. It's supposed to be a bleak and withering, scorching desert. But the ant population is insane. The spider, all I can see, I don't think the cameras are going to pick it up, but all I can see in the air is the sparkle of spider webs attaching every branch to the ground. I'm going to walk through 8 bajillion spider webs, and gnats are going to go in every hole in my body, hopefully minus a few. So we've got our boy here, Rainbird. He is not built for this at all. But maybe he'll be that rare thing where he gets to keep that throttle up. He does have the unfortunate thing. I don't think anybody that has run first. No, Argenum. When Argenum ran first, he won his week. So without further ado, Rainbird, when you are ready. He's gonna be a little bouncy because he is but okay. All right. What's a goal when building a race car? Lightweight. Well, this guy, if we can keep this guy lined up, he's going to outrun me. Okay, this is going to be his thing right here. That turning point, if he can get through there tidily, oh my, okay. He's barely got the weight to put the teeter down. Oh, no. Oh, no. 4.8 pounds. The teeter is here to abuse. Okay. He's gonna... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Strengths and weaknesses. Come on. Oh. Okay. Yes. Advantages to the lightweight and the low gearing, but the disadvantages. He's getting absolutely bullied by the course. When his front and or rear end gets light, he just bounces off the obstacles. For what we're doing right now, sure, everything is going to have a point of diminishing returns in terms of heavy or light. That was pretty nice. I can't. He's turning in so tight. The trimming on the axle was the whole thing. Getting those C-hubs smoothed down. Okay, how's he going to get off of here? Okay, much better. Teeter must have dried out from the... we had it in between... Group 6 and now with Group 7, we had a day where it was 119. So the teeter was a little slower last week than what we are used to seeing. There's not a speck of moisture in that teeter now. He manages the skewers quite nicely. He just stuck it in. There we go. Same thing that happened to Misdirection a bit. I think we probably have a similar PSI experience going on. Just trying to get that lap. Just trying to get that lap where we're clean through all the sectors. And he's putting up some sector times, but I think we're suffering, because I think what we're suffering from is looks fast, because so loose, so bouncy. I don't know if he's actually going to be as fast. If a front tire touches anything, like bumps off of a tree, bumps off of a log, he just goes the opposite way. Try this side over here through there. Yeah, it's a little better. Got to get through right here. Okay, good. All right, I think I have the spot that he needs to. There we go. Absolutely stuck, and stuck again. I figured this part out. Oh. Oh, no. The Krispy Kremes. The Krispy Kreme takedown. He has got to get as far out on the teeter as one can get, and then he is at the mercy of the teeter and gravity when he hits the bottom. Okay, we're going to cross the line with about 20 seconds remaining. Oh, yeah, right about. Yeah, let's give him a go. We will see any single sticking point. If he gets a bumper hung, if anything, like right there. The bonus lap, we'd be into a bonus lap here. Although he's made it this far and I don't feel the vibration yet. Yeah, over halfway through the lap. He could have put one up. But he is very, very easy to get not just out of shape, completely out of shape. And the the amount of time we have to wait for the teeter to come down, I think that alone is really going to negatively impact his final times. Coming through and across the line. Also, pin tire. This is not explicitly pin tire conditions nor terrain. So Randall is straight axles and an 1800, and his wheelbase is pretty long. I don't know how well it showed when the Atlas came out that the wheelbase on the Atlas is particularly long. He is a long boy, and his ground clearance and his breakover are pretty bad. He's also not the extreme most durable. He is honestly the rig I feel most worried about the long-term health of his internal organs. But Mavericks is the decider. Mavericks will decide. He's definitely got the zoot, and he's got the weight. Turning circle's not terrible. His throttle modulation is pretty good. Okay, nicely through there. The first lap is pretty much always the feel it out lap. Despite being significantly heavier than Rainbird, this is a very similar experience. Okay, got mired up there. Can't just simply, the FMS axle cannot get that tight turn in there. So we're gonna be, we're in Roberto theater here. Okay, there's like a 5-point. Oh no. About a 7-point turn. Oh. Okay. The teeter does not like Randall, and the feeling is apparently mutual. Oh my goodness. Simply does not have the steer angle. Has got the speed. Has kind of got the stability. There's also what feels like some fairly substantial torque steer. I've seen the slipper clutch engage, unquestionably engagement of the slipper clutch twice, for sure. The third time, I don't know if it was just the entire drivetrain kind of slipping out on us. But let me tell you this. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. Oh. Okay, we're just going to let him hop back on right here. We're giving some, okay. Yeah, I'm having to counter, oh, heavy boy. I'm having to counter steer him all the way up the teeter. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Panhard influence, I don't know what else, he has much better turn to the left than he does to the right. Just brushed the bottom of the tree completely off the course. We make an effort not to touch. Oh no. There's so many spider webs on the front tires. I thought his tires were coming off the wheels. That's another slipper engagement there. Randall, you know, you're doing your best. And honestly, I think there was one in there that felt pretty good. He's looking good. He's looking good and he's doing his best. His drivetrain has got a bit of a, what would I call that? It's like a chirp, but it's oscillating at the same time. He's definitely picked up a particular, oh man. He wants to basically, wow. He wants to crab walk up the teeter. Full lock, full lock, full lock. Oh. So he's coming around. You know, I think he's done one fewer lap than, and knocked over the camera. Okay. All right. We're going to, yeah, that'll be that for Randall. I had definitely, I mean, I saw it and I've seen it and I built him. I had forgotten that Ratchet is on a belt drive on the custom gearbox. So will the 25% help or hinder? I don't know. He's a brisk boy. He's a brisk boy. He's also, it's Panther Cougars, man. Amazing on the rocks. We're about to find out how they do at, you know, a low to moderate speed. Okay. All right. This is going to come down to clean segments. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I had initially said that I felt Ratchet wasn't particularly geared for... Oh, he's just gliding. He's off. He's off course. Lap 1 is going to stink. That's the feel it out lap. Almost has the angle. Oh. Let me tell you something about relaxation. Randall had to fight his way up and down the teeter every time. Ratchet is just gliding. Those Japanese milk bread foams in those tires, he is gliding around the course. The skewers mean nothing. Any point we choose right there means nothing. What is this telling us? Big balloons. It's big balloons. Okay, this is where he got hacked up before. Okay, so he's going to fall off right here on the course every time. The foam does not have that lateral hold that he needs right there. Oh. You know what I'd love to see? I don't think Ratchet has got a top 5. Maybe, but I don't feel like he does. What I do think he does is I would love to see him run right there with Misdirection because they have a similar feel. Now, he does feel quick. He feels quick, but so effortlessly quick. The skewers are meaningless. That's the first time we've had any hang up there at all. Okay, coming across. Trying to see if there's a wider I can get. Oh, you better watch out, field. Get real wide out here, right here, right here, right here. Tiny little reverse. That's a split of a second. Ooh. The teeter is mad. The teeter is mad today. Okay, this is, of anyone that I've run, this has a real Jake feel to it. So I don't know. I'm using so little throttle. Get through there, get through there. A little bounce, not bad. All right, put this sector together right here. Right up here, through this cut back. Not too much. Get under, around. Oh, 2 to 3 seconds right there. Do I feel that he could... Oh, that was perfect. Do I feel he could do some damage? Yeah, big time. Okay. See, the first person to get air off of the bird bath. Still sounding smooth, still sounding quiet. That's what we want. He has 4 wheels. He's got 2 axles. All of his gears appear to still have the same number of teeth they did when they started. So there was a nice, pleasant surprise with Randall. But Ratchet is fast. Ratchet is fast. He's got 20 seconds left, which means, barring disaster, got to stay a little more meaty on the throttle right there. He is going to come around and finish this before time expires, which puts him up there with the hot boys. 4 seconds left as he crosses the line. It is all up to Rattler right now, because I don't think there's any question that Ratchet did that the fastest by like a lot. I mean, not to talk about Rattler, but Ratchet had 2 course offs that I don't even really think negatively impacted his time. He went to wheels and back onto the course so fast that I think his worst lap is going to be up there with some of the best laps that we've seen total. Like, I don't know if I want to go on record, but I want to say a minute and below across the board. Like, he ran 5 laps under a minute. We'll find out what Rattler can do. A very different take on a similar theme. Let's see how the custom chassis twins do today. And not twins. I mean, I shouldn't say twins. They share nothing in common. F10 straights turning in sharp. XHX pins grabbing. So this is straight versus portal. So we've got to get through here. First lap will let us figure out what that approach line is. Yeah, this turn in is much sharper. An F10 just, whoo, he's a narrow boy. He also has a potential advantage here. He's the only dig fitted today, which is definitely going to help. He's got a pretty good dig as well. Doesn't quite have to get out to the Rainbird point on there. He is light enough to get a little bullied. We can't even say that portals are this overwhelming advantage. We've had some good times on portals. Who's put down the fastest time? Jake the Snake. What does Jake the Snake have? SSD Diamond Pros and a brushed motor. and a hobby wing 1080. That's his Achilles right there. Can he get through there one time cleanly and then attach a clean one right here? That was good through there. That was good through there. I tip my cap to myself on that one. Very nice entry to the teeter. Then we have the next sector potential problem. Exiting the teeter. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So that axle hang coming out of the skewers will be the tough point for him. All right. Across the logs, no problem. Was going to say that he avoids the hang-ups going into the turnstile, but sort of did. Didn't all the way. Okay, try this side. Cut. All right. We gave up a second there, second and a half. Trying to keep a consistent level of speed. You can't make up not moving. So if you can enter a segment a little bit slower, but maintain that slower speed all the way through, I'm finding here's his biggest problem. It's not even the clearance. It's that when he gets out into the crispiest of creams, that dirt over there is getting absolutely pummeled, because at this point he's 28. 28 rigs have gone through that crispy dirt, and it is a powder. So he attempts to engage dig to pull a tighter turn, and he's just tray sliding the rear end. There is no dig. There is no dig to be dug there. He just slides the rear end. Now, that rear end slide, not under dig, translates to the front, because when the front gets a little loose, oh, what a spot to get stuck. Even right there. That was full dig from before he got to the tennis ball. Cannot keep it together. He'll still push a good entry up there. Honestly, he feels similar. No. Like, I'm kind of trying to judge wheel speed and foot speed at the same time. Like, how do I judge who's running this the most quickly when I'm just trying to look sector to sector to sector? There's that spot. There's that spot. Okay, so it is going to come down to portals. I think if we were doing full-on sector splits, his timer just expired. But it's not going to matter. This is not the fastest lap by any means. We're just going to finish it out. He crossed the line with about 45 seconds left, and I wanted to see how good he could do, and we got hung up twice. So his one tool that he had in the box, other than being pretty light, having a pretty good tire, good insert, was that dig, and the Desert Summer negated that dig as he crosses the line. But you know what everybody did? Everybody made it, everybody. We're all healthy. Do I think that there was a little pocket surprise out there? I think Rainbird is the only guy that had a chance to put some time up that wasn't perceptible to me while doing all the things. Trying to keep the gnats out of my ears, trying not to step on rocks, trying to drive all at the same time. It's a tricky thing. I thank, most of all, the about 800 of you out there that are regular viewers, routine viewers, and hardcore followers of Crawlympics and Wheelin' Wednesday, because we're getting like very nearly the exact same view count on every installation of Crawlympics. So I know it's all the same as. I haven't gotten deep into the analytics to see how many new viewers come in and see an episode of Crawlympics, but I get this sneaking suspicion that it is very, very small. Like I'm talking like 15, pardon me, it is 15 to 20 people, maybe. For whatever reason, I guess that the things that I enjoy, I share with about 800 of you, and YouTube is like, no, nobody wants to watch that. So, you know, hey, we do it. Here's what I think. Here's what pushes me through the day of doing Crawlympics, and by extension, Wheelin' Wednesday. I love it. It's my second favorite thing to do after the live stream. And I think to myself, what if that instead of something enjoyed virtually through this medium that we're sharing, there were 800 people standing in the canyon right now. My performance on the course would be significantly worse, because that 800 people watching you drive is way worse than just red light fever of having a camera recording it. So I'm glad to all have you virtually here, but I don't know if I could physically handle 800 people watching me drive. I would just hand controllers to people and have them do it so that I don't have to be the driver of every single competitor. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm doing? I'm bobbing back and forth to keep the gnats out of my eyes and ears. I have picked a spot in the shade. We're here under the stinkiest of stink trees. We're dodging the spider webs. We're hoping the ants don't bite us on the feet. Texas red harvesters. And we are trying to kill some time to give time for the graphics to come up. As I usually do my speculation, if Ratchet didn't walk away with this, I will be amazed. Like, I think Rattler is in second place, but I think that Ratchet will be, I'll take it over under 3 seconds. I think he beat him by 3 seconds, which, if you're familiar with racing, 3 seconds is a margin. I seem to recall, I do not know if I mentioned it. I could not have mentioned it because I saw it in the edit and not during filming, is when we're putting all of the graphics together. The gap between 1st and 10th is bigger than the gap between 10th and I think 22nd. So there is about a 6 or 7 second span there that has most of the field in it. Most of the field is really close. And then you've got that like 4 or 5 that are just, I mean, basically untouchable. I want to say somebody last week ran like a 106, 107. That's not an uncommon time to see out here. We do recall that the fastest time on the board is a 51. Over the same course, a 51 and a 107 is an absolute savaging. That means if we could do Ghost, if we could compile it as a Ghost and overlay the footage, Jake the Snake against, I think it was Clank, that was in that around 108. If they both drove 5 laps, Jake would lap Clank at the end of lap 4. Like, he's a next level faster. Realistically, the way the times are coming out, it's going to be about the top 5. I was hoping to see 10 within a real tight grouping, and we will see how Rainbird is the odd one here. I think, in spite of his best efforts, I think that Randall the Atlas is going to finish last today. I do think he might have gotten a spicy one in there. So I think it goes Ratchet, Rattler, Rainbird, Randall. Somebody with an RA name wins today. Somebody with an RA name loses today. You know who I feel won today? All of us. I feel like we all won today. You know why? I got finished. It's not blazingly hot yet. Nobody broke. It was very dusty today, but it's been very dusty. It only got watered down for 1 week. So I've just been coming out here, getting it filmed, getting out. The course basically needs raked. It's going to need to go through. I have not decided. I will leave. I'll probably bring it up in a live stream. I will present it to the loyal 800 of you. If we should do a little bit of course remediation after all of the groups are done, and then like run top 4 against each other or top 8 against each other, something like that, to see what, because as I said, misdirection probably has quicker inner. We never really hit it, right? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. I thank you for being here for this one, you very extremely loyal 800. I look forward to seeing you next week and in the live stream and in all the other videos between. I hope that in between now and when we inevitably meet again, you one and all do your very best to have a good one, everybody. We will see you again here from the canyon with whatever shenanigans go on the day, whether it be Crawlympics or Wheelin' Wednesday or whatever it might be. We thank you so much. We loved having you. And we will see you, ooh, a bee. We will see you all next time.